7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings and Leatt Protectives. Back in studio here. What's up, bro?
Not much, man.
It's good to see you.
Had my factory edition out yesterday.
Oh boy, here we go.
Dino's out.
Go ahead, get out of your system.
Been training hard. I'm looking for that fill-in call, so
Oh god.
got this on for that. Been yeah, riding a little bit. Got the suspension back.
Well,
trying to get my YouTube going.
Couldn't be any worse than Josh Grant.
No, Josh Grant was good.
Yeah, Grant.
Did you watch the vlog?
No.
Did you watch it?
Your vlog?
Yeah.
No.
All right, click on my page. Go.
You didn't watch the show last week.
I watched the show last week.
You told me you didn't.
I watched it. I looked at the comments too. Shout out to everybody.
You're lying to one
Travis
of us.
killed it being by himself, did he not? He did pretty well.
That I did. I like to toot my own horn, and I'm going to toot it right now. I felt like it was a pretty good show.
And got some compliments on Solo Dolo.
Whatever. Didn't have a choice. This is what we had. So, anyway, we are back. Again, same sponsors here. If you want to support the show, just like, subscribe, comment down below. I did suffer a catastrophic work injury this week. I will not be getting workman's comp because I am workman's comp myself here by owning my own company and being my own boss. So, yeah.
Yep,
you saw
that is not from listening to Asking Alexandria, by the way. That just happened. Asking Alexandria is a screamo emo band, by the way.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what you're talking about.
A failed joke, I guess. So.
Yes, you are. I'm more of a rap guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just
Eminem, rap god. Okay. I'm over here.
Anyway.
Yeah. Also, if you want to support the show, monetary wise, there are Amazon links which you click on. We get a small slice. You don't have to buy what it takes you to. You just buy anything on Amazon. There's Teespring for t-shirts. We already need t-shirts, by the way, from my guy locally. He's having trouble with getting one of the logos to work on there. Anyway, so those are coming. We have Patreon. You can donate enough, get yourself a Rockstar Factory Edition jacket.
Maybe
straight off Cole's back.
Yeah, maybe donate a little bit and we can do this full time instead of just a hobby.
Yep. And then if you can't watch, make sure to listen to us on iTunes or SoundCloud for your podcast. Make sure to follow us on all the major social media networks, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, there you go.
Yep, I've been handling the Twitter.
Cole runs the Twitter, so if you don't like the Twitter feed, his fault.
Yeah,
not mine.
Those are my thoughts. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about round 15 here, Denver, the track. I mean, where do we start? Should we start with the snow? You want to start with how it was a blizzard in the morning, and then by the afternoon it was dusty? I mean, we could. There's a lot of different ways we could go with this.
Did you think they were getting the timber sleds out come Friday? When you saw a picture?
When I saw the picture initially, yes. I was like, all right, timber sleds it is. Timber sleds it is. But they did have it covered, which I didn't know they had it covered.
I figured they would, yeah.
I didn't know how quick they did the build, because I think that kind of popped up on them a little bit. It wasn't supposed to snow necessarily.
It probably explains why the whoops were so small.
Yeah. The track was one line, hard packed, wasn't really much separation, including the whoops weren't separators because they were small, but the track I think was built thinking there was going to be weather, and let's face it, there wasn't weather. So
I got to disagree a little bit. I thought the track was, it was one line. I will agree with that. But the rhythm section on the far side, there were some different options if you wanted to James Stewart it, I guess. Tomac was going triple off the table,
quad onto the other table.
Yep, I saw Osborne do it a couple times. It wasn't a consistent line, but guys were doing it, so it separated a little bit.
But I don't know if it was faster.
It was ballsier for sure.
It was definitely ballsier, but there was a couple times I think Tomac did it when he was battling, I don't know if it was Webb or whatever, and it didn't really gain him much ground. So
I mean, there were different options that guys were playing with.
Yep.
it did make it for good racing. Even though it was one line, there were enough bowl corners to where guys were squaring each other up, going back and forth. Eli and Coop's heat race battle, which we'll get into, is a perfect example of
even
that,
the corner right after the finish, even though it was a flat 180 and there was no reason to go outside and no one was.
Guys were squaring
I was
up.
going to say, they were going way wide on the finish and literally cutting angles all sorts of crazy ways down the finish line landing. So that was kind of cool. Like I said, though, it was just the whoops weren't built big or gnarly because, let's face it, they thought it was going to rain. And in the morning during first qualifying, I mean, I was going to say it was snowing and it was greasy, to say the least. I thought we were in for something. So, from
a photographer standpoint, some of the pictures that came out were cool, badass with the snow in the background. There's one of Dino that I saw, and it was like I don't know, going to Narnia or some shit.
Yep. Now, with that being said, do you think we go back there next year?
Ooh, it depends on attendance, and I feel like attendance probably sucked. I didn't really look into it all that much. I didn't look on TV and see what the stands looked like.
I don't have any idea. I just was asking.
Yeah, I think it all depends on attendance. Like, I think it scared a lot of people away from the snow. But a Denver round open stadium, it's gonna be really tricky to schedule that race. So
I heard Nashville the week before was phenomenal attendance.
I bet.
So I think they'll go back there. The other thing this is just something weird that I realized as I was scrolling through Facebook. We go to Seattle every year, right? It's always is it going to rain, is it not going to rain? The Mariners have a huge enclosed stadium right next door to the stadium that we go to. Why do we not go to it's got a retractable roof and everything. Why do we not go to that stadium instead of the open air one? I don't understand.
Yeah, that would be a good option. Yeah, there's probably a lot of logistics behind the scenes, but like,
it blows my mind.
You have to. Yeah, I don't think they're using that. Yeah, is baseball season going on right now?
Just started.
I don't know my ball sports. So.
It just started.
So they could probably squeeze a race in.
I was going to say, I think it could happen, but it blows my mind as to why we don't go there. But
oh well.
Whatever.
Oh well.
All right, you ready to get into this?
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of action to talk about.
Yeah, a little bit
it was
of action.
boring.
I mean, racing-wise wasn't that great, but there were some other stories, some layers, I guess you could say.
Sure. So let's get into 250s here. Okay, 250s. Who you want to start with? Dealer's choice. Go for it.
Ooh, let's start from the bottom, work our way up.
Okay, well, we have Garrett Marchbanks in 22nd because he ripped his
I think he ripped his sack open. His unit is non-existent anymore.
We're just kidding. We don't really know what happened to him. We're just guessing.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. He did get a good start in the front, and then who jumped over on him? Hampshire, total Hampshire move.
I think
or something.
so, yeah.
I don't know. It's racing. It happened. And he just happened to go over the bars and take a throttle housing right to the junk. So.
Yep. Pretty gnarly.
Pretty gnarly. He's young. Hopefully that thing stayed intact. He's got a lot of mileage to rack up on that thing. And I think he would have been racking up some mileage if he would have stayed to the front because I think he had a top 5 in him.
Maybe.
Top 5 comes podium pie, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully that thing's good.
Oh, killing me.
I haven't heard anything on him, but
I haven't either yet.
I think he was in for a decent night. Privateer guys there spread around through the back. Jerry Robin was in there. Cantrell, where was he at? 12?
Cantrell was 12th. I mean, there really isn't anything.
We're cheating. We got the results up over here.
I was going to say, there really isn't anything. Chris Blow's down in 15th, but he...
Yeah, he was running top 10. I think he crashed.
Shit.
I think he crashed because I had him for my fantasy picks.
That's a very un-Chris Blows ride at this point because Chris Blows has been putting in some pretty good results, so he definitely should have been in the top 10. And then once you get in the top 10, I mean, we've got Enzo Lopes in 10th, Dylan Merriam 9th, Starling 8th.
Yeah, Starling, he was... You know what he is.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, he is the low-key ride. That's 2 top 10s in a row on the West Coast for Justin Starling. A 7th, and then he rode a 450, made the main in the 450 class last week, and then came in top 10 again this week. Pretty good, considering he came in pretty low-key. He had an injury coming into the season, and he's starting to hit his stride, so...
All right, and then moving up, I mean, we've got Jimmy D in 7th. And I mean, he faded like a cheap prom dress last night. Good start, top 3 start, battling up front with AC and Mosman at the beginning.
High top fade.
Yep, and then just nothing. Altitude?
That might have something to do with it.
He usually does well, so...
I didn't really think about that much, but altitude, yes. I don't know if the bikes were a little slower. I'd imagine they were. I saw some guys coming up a little shorter on stuff.
Slightly.
I don't think would happen at sea level.
I would say PC said they were in the parking lot testing Thursday to try to get more power out of the bikes.
Okay.
So,
yeah, they just slapped a big bore in, I'm sure. So
probably. So, moving up the line, I mean, we've got McAdoo in 6th. Again, that's pretty...
So we're gonna speculate and think Jimmy D got hit with the altitude.
That's gonna be my guess.
Okay.
For him fading. Because,
I like it. Altitude fade. I mean,
we've seen him in the last couple of rounds. He was on the box in one of them.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last 2
Yeah,
rounds.
I guess you're right.
But yeah, he was on the box in one of them, and he runs up front top 5. So it's not like he's not used to running that pace. He just has to be altitude. That's the only thing I can put towards that. No. And maybe we'll find something out this week that's different. But I'm going with altitude right now.
Okay. Yeah, normal McAdoo, Hampshire. They're kind of
4th and 6th, but 5th place is 5th kind of a surprise to you, Mosman?
Yeah,
Mosman.
I have Mosman with 3 exclamation points behind his name.
Yeah,
not one.
Yeah, I can read the book.
Not 2.
3.
3 exclamation points.
Why 3? Well, wait, there's more.
My jacket, check it out.
Oh boy,
this guy right here. This is for Mosman as well. I think that was a great ride. And not only did he just let up, and he fought for his positions. Cincerillo had a really hard time getting by him.
I would say he led for several laps in the beginning. I don't remember how many exactly, but he was up there
back and forth. And I think that's a big confidence booster for him as well. I think he might be a better guy outdoors. I don't know. I don't know a lot about
Justin's saying, wait till we get to the outdoors.
I was just going to say, I wish Stubby was here so we could talk about Mosman, because he knows a little more on him than I do. But technical on the bike, pretty good, man. I saw him on Instagram, like, rolling the face of the triple and then doubling and then landing in a nose wheelie. That's some shit not a lot of guys can do. That's some pretty good bike skills.
Axel Hodges stuff.
Yeah. But this guy actually races, so...
Yeah. Did you see Nitro Circus called Axel? And he's doing like a world record 400-foot jump, yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Good luck.
Good luck to him.
Fly safe.
Better put some wings on there.
Yep.
But yeah, awesome ride for Mosman. Even though he went back to 5th, running up front with them boys is probably a whole new ballgame.
Oh yeah, and I really thought he was going to get a podium.
I would have liked to seen him get one. But.
And I mean, we were just watching it 5 minutes to go. You watched him get tired.
Yeah, he got tired. He did fight back with Ferrandis, so it looked like he let him by, and then he passes him back.
Yeah. But I mean, you combine the altitude, which he probably isn't used to going to either, and yeah, that.
Colt Nichols too. He got 3rd, passed him late in the race. I want to talk about him too. He came from a little ways back.
He did, yeah.
7th, 6th, somewhere in there probably, and made his way to 3rd. So I'd be curious to see what he would do with the start, because he was gone in that heat race.
Yeah, but I mean, Nichols, Ferrandis, and AC. Those are the 3 guys on the East. So there's really no surprise. Ferrandis, again, shit the bed on the start. Can't get a start.
Yeah,
they showed. Yeah,
his starts really screwed him right here, because if he would have had a start... let's say he does start in front of Mosman and AC. Mosman holds AC up for 4 or 5 laps. Ferrandis is gone at that point.
Yep.
Theoretically. Man, I just wish he would have got a start to make this thing more interesting, because we go to Vegas. This is going to lead me into Cincerillo. Dildo, as I like to call him. So Dildo in Vegas is good.
He's undefeated.
He's been very good in Vegas.
No, he's literally undefeated. I listened to this the other day. He won the Super Minis at Monster Cup when he went for that. He won the Amateur All-Stars when he went for that. And he's won every single shootout he's been at there.
So yeah, that's good.
He's won every single time.
Yawns are contagious today. But,
yes, they are.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to beat him.
This is AC's title to lose at this point, right?
Yeah, does he blow it in Vegas?
I
don't know.
8-point lead, so he needs basically a top 10 if
If
Ferrandis wins.
Yeah,
What is it,
but who
30?
beats him?
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
I don't think Sexton beats him. I don't think Justin Cooper
Nope.
wins.
So you've got maybe Nichols, Ferrandis, Forkner, maybe. So I mean,
depending on the knee, I don't know.
Yeah, so him getting a top 5 seems pretty easy to me. So I mean, realistically, without him pulling a complete AC and just yard sailing everywhere in the main,
I guess we'll see, because it's going to be really interesting to see how he approaches it, because he's never been in the situation where the title's on the line. So yeah, I mean, he would have had a title his rookie year, but he blew his shoulder out. But since then, he's never taken one all the way to Vegas.
He's been close, but that's
he's
because
been close
everybody
that
else
year.
wrecked.
I mean, yeah, the Sabachi year when that whole deal went down, Osborne, Jordan Smith yard sailed it, and AC just won. He was leading. He was winning the championship at one point in that race. So this one, he's going into the race. He's got all week to think about it. He's got 2 weeks to think about it.
Honestly, I didn't think Ferrandis was going to get Mosman, and I thought he was going to go in with 10 points, so 10 or 11, whatever it is. So only going in with 8, I'm like, that sucks, but...
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. I mean, look at the Sabachi Osborne situation. So I guess we'll see. As a fan, I hope we get a good race, but on the other side of the fence, I think he's got it, man.
I think so too. I don't think there's really not any doubt in my mind that AC's wrapping this up here.
Yeah, it's getting late in season, kind of wrapping it up for everyone. I'm kind of ready for outdoors, to be honest with you. I'm ready for a change of scenery. So
I'm not quite there.
No?
Most years I am by this point, but I'm not quite there. There's been enough this year that I'm still feeling okay.
Well, what are you looking forward to then?
Well, we've got New York coming up, which I feel Kenny has a really good shot to win. Then we've got Vegas, as always. And all the titles, I think, are coming down to Vegas. I don't think any of them are getting wrapped up before Vegas. So, we got 3 titles. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a Supercross guy. I've openly stated to Justin multiple times that if we ever got enough money to go to all the races, I would go to all the Supercrosses.
I would too.
Go to all the outdoors.
I would too. I think all the I think it's cool going to each city like that.
Yep.
I would like to do it at least 1 year.
Yeah. I don't like to go to the middle of nowhere like we do for all the outdoor tracks. There are certain outdoor tracks I'd like to go to, Millville being one, Ironman being one. So I'd like to do some of those, but
I think Colorado would be cool too.
Yeah, I've heard that track's really nice, and I maybe do like Hangtown once,
just because
it's the opener.
Yeah.
And going to like A1 was cool, so it'd be cool to go to the outdoor opener too. But other than that, man, I don't have a need to go to like Tennessee or even like Buds or I don't know. I mean, rattle them off, man. I don't have that need with it, you know. So
fair enough.
So
So yeah, that's really about it for the 250s. I mean, it was kind of a slow race. Moseman added some excitement.
Yes.
I thought it was cool how he's like, there's that double before the triple. Some of the 450 guys were doing it when he was manualing over.
Oh yeah. Tomac did that in the heat when he was racing Coupe, and I was like, oh, that's fast.
It was fast. It probably took a lot out of you, but it's fast. Yeah. And it looked cool.
Yep. So.
But yeah, 450s we'll get into. There's a little bit in the 450s. Heat race and.
There was not much all night.
No, we'll get into it.
So. All right, let's move on. 450s. All right, 450s here. Let me get to the bottom of the results here and see if they're... Michael Essie did not finish. Did he even start?
Yeah, one of my boys got the whole shot, bro. You didn't see him?
No, one of my boys had him in fantasy.
The whole shot. Michael Essie shit the bed. Dean Wilson. Call me up.
Oh, God.
Call me.
Poor Dino.
Call me.
Word is a shoulder right now, right?
That one that Tomac ruined a few years ago?
Oh, boy, here we go. So the word is a shoulder for Dino. I don't know. Have you seen the wreck yet? They didn't show it last night, did they?
I'd imagine Dino's pretty good with social media that he'll post the team video from the stand.
Yeah. So we'll find something out.
Cole Seeley, what happened to him, man?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. I don't know. He must have crashed.
I haven't looked into it or anything.
Because he didn't do all the laps. It says 25 laps.
I mean, if you know, comment below because I'd like to know.
Yeah, we're very good at this, as you can tell. So we know all of it. I haven't even watched press conference yet.
I'll tell you what. Donate to Patreon. Donate to all these things. Help us out. And we can do this full time and we can be better at it. Would you like to do this full time? No.
I'm making a lot more money powder
I
coating,
know,
honestly.
I know.
So if you donate full time, or donate, Cole can do it full time so that he knows all this information when we get started, and I can just sit here and give my 2 cents. That obviously I don't know
hang on.
anything.
Here's what we'll do. If you donate, you can be producer. You can be like Marks.
Great. That's what I need to do.
Is that what you want?
Yes, because I definitely haven't been hosting the show for 3 years now. But yeah, yes, let me downgrade to producer.
I'm gonna let you be producer, bro.
Thank you. I like that you're letting me be producer on my show, like you own.
You just told me I was gonna hit. You're handing it off.
No, I mean, it hasn't been fully discussed here yet as to the handoff.
No,
and it's going to cost you, bust out the checkbook, because it's going to cost you millions of dollars.
Donate, because we need millions. We need millions.
Actually,
so then we can negotiate contracts. And
realistically,
we can get Stubb out of here. No,
we need like $60,000 a year is all we really need, to be real honest. So if anybody makes about $250 and wants to donate about $60K of that a year, I mean, dude, the show can have your name all over it. It can be John Smith's Moto Aftermath Show for all I care. But.
Yeah, I mean, we could name it whatever the hell you want.
Okay, but anyway, getting into the top 10, Justin Hill 10th. That's amazing.
I did have him for a fantasy
That's
pick,
an amazing ride.
I'm pumped on that. 4 handicap.
Does he have a ride next year? No one hires him, right?
Man, I think, yeah, like I take Savachi over Hill. I'm taking Bogle over Hill after last night.
No one hires him.
Yeah,
he doesn't put in the effort.
I don't know what his contract is. Is it 2 years?
No, I think he's done.
Is he?
I think.
That'll be interesting. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he's not done this year.
I mean, 10th. So I mean, hopefully he builds. I don't know.
No, he doesn't, because he doesn't. I literally did you listen to the Pulp Show? Coy Gibbs literally told J-Bone to have a meeting with him and tell him that Coy said to try harder. Because you suck.
Wow.
Like, that's the owner is telling you, hey, you suck, try harder.
Wow, that's not good.
No.
I mean, they could hire him and be a Patrick Evans free rider.
Dude, honestly, I've heard rumors that he's quitting for a year and then coming back to ride 250s. Because he can get away with not training as much to ride the 250s.
Whatever, man. Interesting. Marty Davalos. Who we got next? Hill. Osborne was back there a ways. Just not.
Grant was 9th, which not really a shock. He's racing into shape. But he's got a race to race into shape, so he needs to quit crashing and not finishing.
Josh Grant?
Yes.
That's natural talent, all natural talent right
yes.
there. That is the low-key ride.
In the 450s? Is Josh Grant on that? Okay, all right.
Okay,
yep,
who are you going with?
Nope, I'm in on that,
Who
actually.
Going with Bowers? No.
No, the
Bogle?
Leatt low-key ride. Yeah, dude, Bogle all night. Where did Bogle finish in the main?
He's up higher.
Fourth. Yeah, okay. My Leatt low-key is Bogle. Because Bogle won the damn heat race.
He did. So did Cole Seeley, though.
Bogle won the damn heat race.
He did win that thing straight.
Yeah, but Seeley's won heat races.
Yeah, he got the start, and he was right there. He was kind of working his way through in that main, so.
Bogle just solidified his spot next year.
Yeah,
on a ride.
Bogle's got a spot next year.
Without having to pay for it.
Yep. Roxon, I don't know. I think, did his sickness come back with his altitude?
He just didn't look good all day,
no.
Which was not a shock. The track wasn't really his kind of track. You're at altitude. There really wasn't any separators. I mean, he didn't get a good start. He finished right where I thought he started 8th to 10th, and I was like, that's where he's at. There was no excitement for me.
You think he's just mailing it in for outdoors?
No, I think that next weekend he will be a lot better, because I think
it's a week off.
I think New York suits him a lot better. I think next week in Vegas, maybe not even Vegas, because I don't think he rides as well at Vegas either. But I think New York he'll do really, really well.
I hope so. I want to see that guy win so bad. Like, I'm heartbroken for the guy with some of the stuff that's happened to him.
Baggett, another not real shocker, 6th place. Savachi in 5th.
The Savachi shoulder, man.
Popping his shoulder out.
The shoulder out. He rode damn good for that happening.
Yeah.
Would you not agree?
Yeah, but I heard that it depends which way it pops out. Because if it pops out like one way, like vertical or horizontal. If it pops out one way, it's really bad. If it pops out the other way, it's not as bad. So it just depends which way it popped out, which I don't know. I haven't heard anything on that. I don't.
Okay.
That's just what I've heard. Okay. So that's not really a surprise, because if it didn't pop out that bad, then it's not a big deal.
He still rode really well though. He showed some fight.
Yeah. Oh cool. Yeah. And I mean, the cream rose to the top here. Tomac first, Coop second, and Marv third.
Yeah, Bogle fourth, like we just touched on. Great ride for him. Marv, I hate to tell you, buddy, back here, that your championship's over after that. Oh, you were leading the race. Old boy caught you from how far back. If something really weird happens to Webb, then okay. But now at this point, Tomac's on a roll. Sorry, Marv.
Does Tomac win the last two, do you think?
That'll be really interesting, which I'll get into here in a second. But Marv, yeah, man, like, get ready for outdoors. If something, I mean, you can go out and try to win these last two, but I think that the Tomac train's rolling finally. And Webb's just going to do what he did last night. He was in 5th or 6th and worked his way to 2nd.
It's funny, when he starts, even when he starts in like 5th, 6th, 7th there, I just look at it and I go, let me see what the last 10 minutes brings.
Yeah, he's gonna get his way into a podium spot, which is all you need.
He's a last half rider. Like the last half of that race, he killed it. The first half, not so much. That being said, can we talk about that Webb Eli battle in the heat
race?
Because that was dumb on Webb's part.
You think, why is that?
Because you're poking the bear. First off, you have a guy who straight up is faster than you. Okay, I don't think anybody's going to argue that. Eli Tomac.
Last night was faster, yes. Raw speed, yes.
Raw speed, yes. Tomac's faster. He's already put you on your ass once.
Say that because Matt's watching this.
He's already put you on your ass once, right?
Yep.
Daytona last year and said, welcome to the 450 class, bud. He's in 2nd place in points with 3 rounds to go, and he's within 21 points, which is probably the smallest gap he's had in 3 years, to be real honest with you. And you're going to poke him in a heat race and, like, run him high in every other berm?
Cut him over. He cut him off hard after the triple.
Yeah.
Looked back and then moved right over on him.
Yep. So. And you're going to do that.
Eli gave it to him after that. And that brings up a theory.
Oh boy, here we go. Theories.
Eli, I don't think is fond of Coop.
Nope.
It doesn't look like or seem like.
Nope.
Does Eli put him on the ground out of spite for a championship, like he did with Wilson? Wilson started playing games with him that one year, and Webb will play those games like he did with Marv. And Eli ruined Wilson's career, in my opinion. Shoulder wasn't right, injury after injury after injury, whatever. And Eli didn't put up with the shit, put him out. Coop was cross-jumping him, doing shit like that today at Daytona to him. Didn't put up with it, put it on his ass. If it comes down to a championship, is he putting him on his ass?
Oh, yeah.
Because Webb he's just kind of mailing it in right now, but he's messing with Eli, and Eli is on a roll.
Well, can we go back and, we can go back in time here and, rewind to the bunching theory of, what was it, 17? Okay? He did that against somebody who wasn't messing with him. He was bunching, and how many times did he try to put Dungey off the track that year?
Yeah, but there was some, there was a lot of spite there because of the pull-over.
There was some spite, but again, Dungey wasn't legit fucking with him in the middle of a race.
Yeah.
And now you've got this kid, this punk kid, comes in, who isn't quite as fast as you on your good days, but yet he's got like 5 wins this year, and he's like podiuming everyone to death, and he's freaking, leading the points. And he's fucking with you. And you've put him down before for fucking with you.
But he also put himself down. That's where it comes in, because I've seen Reed put Eli up. Eli went after Reed, and Reed rode away, and Eli fell. So,
let's put it this way. I think if Coop doesn't get anywhere near him for the next 2 weeks, then I don't think we see anything.
I think there might be a little fireworks.
But I think if Coop gets anywhere near him...
if he's in front of him, starts riding like that, yeah.
Yep. I think we definitely see some fireworks, and the more Coop drives it in there... they say it all the time. You can't win championships with enemies. You cannot do it.
I do want to bring this up, too.
And he's not making friends right now.
Speaking of not making friends, Savacci is not very fond of him.
That is also another thing.
Savacci ran him in. That's Eli's boy, I guess. Pulled over, gave him a millie.
Yep. And Savacci has the speed to stay with Coop.
Yep. Savacci has the speed to put it in on him too and do a little cowie sandwich. So It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I hope it gets interesting like that. I hope it plays out with the way we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with that being said, how'd you do on fantasy this week?
I killed it, actually. I had Chris Howell at 11. He got 20th. Double point.
Okay, all right.
I had Merriam, maxed out.
Okay.
I had Belos. We know how that went.
Yep. Shit the bed.
And I had... Who else did I have? I had somebody else that did really good. What did I say? Merriam, Belos,
Howell.
Merriam, Belos, Howell. Who was my other guy? Wow, I'm drawing a blank, but I did really well. 450 class, I did well too. I had Hill, got 10th at a 4 handicap. I had, you looking right now? You gonna look me up?
No, I'm looking at mine.
Wilson shit the bed for me. I hope he'd get well soon. Other than that, I had all 38s, 30 points and above, pretty much, except for those two guys.
I scored a solid 200 points.
I had 248. So
6 out of 8 guys.
Are you in the league? Click on the league.
I'm clicking on
my
the
name.
league.
Click on my name. Fantasy right here.
You are in second.
Click Denver.
You
247.
scored 247.
Click on Denver real quick. You can see who I picked. All right.
Howell, Alberson, Merriam,
Okay.
Belos, and then you have Bogle, Wilson, Hill, and LeMay.
That's a solid lineup except for those two.
Yep.
Look at those
Belos,
points.
15,
28, 38,
Wilson,
52.
Yep. Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah. So let me just go to mine here because this didn't go well. Bradley Leatt, 34. Matthias Jorgensen. Don't know where the fuck he was.
He's wearing Leatt goggles, by the way. So
0 point. Oh no, Jorgensen missed the main by 1 spot, and he was catching. I was watching the LCQ. I was pissed. Robbie Wageman, 46.
Good.
Solid. AC at my All-Star with 26. Ken Roxon is my All-Star with 26. Carlin Gardner, 36. Alex Ray, 32. And Kate Ottenwright, who I thought was in there, but apparently was not.
in the 450 class?
Yeah.
Okay, I know for a fact he wasn't in the 450 class.
0 points.
Well, that's your own fault. But
I did solid on that one. Did you hear about the guy that got like -7 points because he picked the lap leaders and stuff?
Yeah, that's
and
just
like,
being a dick because he knows he's gonna lose. Who's leading our league right now? Tars?
Tars.
One of our
Shout out to Tars, one of our regulars.
He's one of our
long time viewer, leading the league.
Yep.
I'm like almost 1,000 points behind him.
Maybe
At least I'm not last.
Tars, just to give you a little motivation, man. What are the points right now? Hang on.
3360 and you have 3350.
Okay,
so you guys are 10 points apart.
I'm 10 points apart. If you beat me, I'll send you a Moto Aftermath shirt.
There you go, Tars. It's heard. It's stamped.
It's on.
I will make sure he follows through. Have you ever met him? No, because this is your first year on the show. Yeah, he goes to Red Bud and stuff.
Okay.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I've talked to him on like Instagram and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, Tars, you hear that? You hold it off for the end of the season in front of me. We'll get you a shirt. So.
Oh man, you play RM Fantasy?
Alright, so RM Fantasy. Alright, so this is how sketchy my picks are. We're just bullshitting now. So I went riding yesterday. Got my suspension back, whatever. I was like, oh shit, 7:30 is the race. It's 6 o'clock. I'm loading my bike up at the track. And then my boys I'm riding with are like, all right, let's go to the local Mexican joint. We go to La Cocina, get some margaritas, shit like that.
Okay.
And I'm like, fuck, I gotta get my picks in. I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, if you're watching this. I'm driving down the road.
Oh boy, here we go.
And I'm looked at the times real quick, swiped through them, 450, 250 times, and then I eyeballed it on Paul. Got him in. That's probably why I didn't think the Dean Wilson and the Chris Blows thing too well. Got those in, whatever. Got 248. Still did decent. And then I was filling my RM Fantasy picks out. I had Eli, Roxon,
Yep.
Marv, Webb,
Yep.
and then I had Wilson in 5th. And I was looking for a 14th place guy. This is what time the race start? 7:30? This is 7:29 I'm doing this. And it kicked me out. I didn't get my last pick in.
Really?
So
I actually was about the same as you there on that. I don't remember who I put.
So that was my day. That's my fantasy day. I was stressed for 30 minutes. I'm driving. I don't think I had my seatbelt on. I had my bike in the bag.
You're a horrible person.
Whew. What? Bike was good. Bike was good. Suspension bag.
So Tars,
GoPro footage.
just remember, if you beat him in fantasy for Pulp, you get a free Pulp, or I'm sorry, a free Moto Aftermath t-shirt.
But if I win...
Oh boy, here we go. You can't say, but if I win. He's not here.
I know.
So anyway.
But if I win, I just get bragging rights.
Oh boy. Anyway, this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings and Leatt Protectives. You can bring a Leatt thing in today.
I didn't. I don't know. Maybe.
Struggling.
Yeah.
You still work
about that? I do work there.
Okay, alright, just making sure.
Been trying.
Anyway, so thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Make sure to follow us on, like I said, all the major social medias. Make sure to click those Patreon links, click those Teespring links, click those Amazon links to support the show. We are off next week, although we probably should film the outdoor show. But
actually, let's. I'm just bringing this up on the air, so I hope you guys.
Oh boy.
I hope you guys are gonna watch this far. What do you think about doing a Q&A?
Well, we've done it before.
How'd it go?
Yeah, we went alright. We didn't have a ton of questions.
I think it'd be fun.
I mean, we can. If you want them to tweet at you.
All right, let's do a Q&A.
You want to do a Q&A show next week?
Yep. Go on Twitter. Follow the Moto Aftermath Show. I'll follow you back. And send your questions in to the Moto Aftermath Show on Twitter. And if we get 10 questions, we'll do a little show.
Sure.
How's that sound?
Sure.
So it all depends on you guys. If you want some more content, follow the Twitter. Send them on in and we'll go from there. So, yeah.
Maybe we get Justin for it.
And maybe we'll get Justin. So questions for Travis, Justin, myself.
Yep.
Or just any random questions you might have. Like, do you need advice in the bedroom?
Let's not go there. It's just not. You don't want to get taken off of YouTube. So yeah. So anyway. So this has been it. Great show. Thanks for coming in. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. For
possibly next week.
New Jersey.